Hi, so today I will be showing you how to install a wheel bearing on a BMW Z3. This is a E36 chassis, so that goes for a lot of models. I think very similar processes for the E46s. Okay, so this point of the job, I have removed the wheel. All right. Remove the brake caliper here, remove the disc as well, okay, and I have removed the wheel bearing. To remove this, you need a number 46 socket, or this one is 1 and 13/16 metric, or I'm sorry, SAE. Or 46 metric socket, 12-point socket. Okay, 12-point or 6-point socket. Both of them are going to fit. This is the nut, the retaining nut for the wheel bearing. Goes like so. Okay, you will need a very good breaker bar. What I have here is a barbell. You know, a weightlifting barbell. So it's about like 5 feet, and at the end of it I have a half-inch breaker bar attached to it. Okay, these ones, the sockets, you will find in 3/4. You will not find them in 1/2. Since I have a 1/2 breaker bar, I bought a I don't know if you can see, I bought a conversion here from 1/2 to 3/4 that I just attached to the breaker bar here. Okay, moving on. After I remove the wheel bearing, okay, it's actually pretty simple. After you remove the bolt, you just pull on this one, and you will get it. However, what's consisting this wheel bearing assembly is 2 races. The rear race is actually I performed the job on the other wheel, and I had the same thing happen. Is the rear race will stay in there. Okay, you will not be able to remove the rear race. So what you're gonna take is a set of pliers, and you're gonna grasp it like so. Okay, so it's gonna be all the way in. You're going to grasp it, and you're going to gently pull it out. Okay, it should come out. So next thing is installing of the new wheel bearing. I have a set of FOG wheel bearings. That's the original equipment for this car. What I do not have the special tool to install the bearing. However, what I do have, and I've seen this being performed by other people, is so you will use the old race. Okay, so you'll use the old race attached to a piece of piping. Okay, I don't know how much this is. Looks like it's about 1.5 to 2-inch thickness. Okay, so what I'll do is place the race into the piping, and I will slowly tap the wheel bearing into place. Okay, I was pretty successful with the one side, and we'll see how this goes with the other side. Just before I start, let me remind you to prep this steering knuckle for assembly of the wheel bearing. Just clean this thoroughly. Okay, use some wheel bearing grease. What I used is the grease that was already over here. So see, there's lumps of grease here, so I just used that on here. Clean the inside of the steering knuckle, and use this brush. Okay, to clean the ABS sensor here. Okay, and tighten also the 3 retaining screws for this dust shield. Okay. Sorry, my camera tilted a bit, but I'm just tapping away and seating the bearing until I have until I'm able to put the nut in. Okay, so the bearing is installed. As you can see, as you saw previously, it took me about 20 minutes of slow tapping in order to seat it in. As I told you, I used this pipe, and in the pipe I placed one of the races from the old bearings, so just like so, and then I have a plastic mallet here, and I use a combination of plastic and metal mallet, but I saw even from the previous bearing that the plastic or rubber works a little better. So gentle tapping. It's going to take about 20 minutes, but at the end you have the same result as purchasing the special tool, and I think it looks good, as you can see, right? So tap it until this screw, until you can place this nut, and tighten it for the rest of the way. This needs to be tightened to 213 foot-pounds of torque. If you do not have the big torque wrench, what I suggest doing is, if you see this indentation here, this was aligned with this groove from the steering knuckle. Okay, so this is tapped in previously in order to prevent the screw from unscrewing itself. Therefore, a good indication for you, if you do not have a torque wrench, is to bring this marking down to here. Okay, that would indicate factory spec of torque of this nut. That's what I'm going to do, because I do not have a torque wrench that big. So I'm just going to force this with my big bar. I'm going to force this all the way to this position. I don't know if you can see it, right? This groove. Force it here, and then tap it back in. Okay, and I'll be back once I do that. All right. I don't know if you can see, but I've read that these bearings are easily placed if you freeze them. So I did, this came in 2 days ago, and I put them in the deep freezer, both of them, and that was supposed to have them go in a little easier at least, but I don't know. Okay, main thing is that it's in now, and it's ready to be tightened, and then the brakes and the wheel reassembled. Okay, I'll see you back when I tighten this to this position. Okay, so there it is. I tightened the nut until, see, this engraved area met the this little indentation here in the steering knuckle, and I tapped it in with a chisel and a mallet, and now I'm ready to put the dust cap on. So that's gonna come here. All right, I do have some silicone I'll place around the edges, and then I'll tap it in right here. As far as the rotor goes, I cleaned this surface first, and then I placed some grease here, and then here, that's the surface that it's gonna sit. It's important not to place any grease on this surface. I use the brake cleaner to clean this. All right, and also I cleaned the brake pads on the inner surfaces there. Okay, and everything is gonna come back. The rotor and then the caliper. Okay, and then I'll install the wheel back. Okay. Okay, so job is completed. Wheel is back. Brakes all back. So I just wanted to show you the result of this job. Look how smooth the wheel is spinning. Look at that. So that's what you can expect from new wheel bearings, and no play in the wheel. As you can see, everything is nice and tight. This car also has all the front suspension components replaced, except the struts and the springs, and that is coming up in the future. Even though I would say the struts are in pretty good condition because there is no oil leak or anything. But you know, since I'm doing the whole front, that's gonna be the next part that I tackle. Okay, so there it is. Wheel bearings on a E36 chassis, BMW.